as a marketer and as a business owner, sharing this information with you, I probably shouldn't say what I'm about to say. But most of the time that I talk with a business owner or founder, startup, a marketer for a company, and we get into this conversation about Google AdWords, pay-per-click marketing, could be on Bing, Yahoo, could be banner display ads, I usually get the same type of questions. Or I get the same comment that leads to the question. The question is, does AdWords really work anymore? But the comment is usually, I tried AdWords one time and it didn't work. So I don't mean to laugh, but when I realize marketing and it is tough, right? AdWords is in a lot of business owners' minds Google's little game, right? Where all they do is take your money for getting clicks. Well, I'd like you to consider the possibility that you've never had it done the right way. And I'm going to break it down for you in about 30 to 45 seconds. When you're doing Google AdWords or Bing, your job as a marketer, as an advertiser with AdWords is to only build your campaign around the keywords that are most likely to lead to a person buying your product or service. Now, I think you probably get that point and you probably agree with it. The thing that I think most business owners miss, and what we end up finding when we diagnose their campaign, is that they make 6 or 7 mistakes along the way. Number one, they put too many keywords in their ad groups. That means they stuff every keyword they can possibly think into their campaigns. The second mistake that they make is that they generally are sending their clicks to the homepage of their website. You know, the human brain is not able to focus on 1,000 things. So think about the typical homepage of a website. It has a navigation bar at the top, which has 4, 5, 6, 7 links on it. There's usually buttons and links and all kinds of stuff and all this jazz going on the inside of on the homepage further down. And the human brain gets confused. The human brain has 2 jobs. Number 1, to filter information, and 2, to conserve energy. So guess what? The reason why people bounce off your website is you're confusing them. Number 3, you're not thinking about what happens when they're not ready to buy today. And it doesn't matter what the keyword is. 96% of people are not buying today. So you're wasting clicks because you're only hoping to get them to call you today or fill out your form today. I get it that that's the goal, but you have to have a system that builds in that follow-up process. The fourth thing that I usually see is that business owners are not running retargeting. And I know what you're probably thinking right now. Is that those follow me ads that follow me all over the internet when I click on something? Yes, it is. But when it's done properly and when your campaign is structured the right way, you are getting the extended contact and visibility from a click that you already paid for. So if you paid $2, $5, we have some clients that pay $40, $50, $80, $100 a click, then we must extend the life of that visitor whether they took the action we wanted to take or not. Number 5, we usually find that they don't have analytics installed the proper way, which means we're not tracking what click, what keyword targeted, or what keyword drove that visitor to the site, and then what they did on the site. And then again, tying into number 4, which is the retargeting, we don't see the right pathway of tracking whether the campaign's working or not working. And lastly, in number 6, and this is a tad bit technical, but we oftentimes look at campaigns that have been run and we see that you are essentially paying the Google dummy tax. Now, that's a phrase that we use for when we look at a campaign and your quality score of your ad groups are below the normal. And that's below normal for your industry, not below normal compared to maybe my company or your friend's company, but your industry has some normal numbers that should be adhered to. And if your campaign's underperforming, you're just not going to get the mark, and so you're going to pay more on the money. We call it the Google tax, the dummy tax, because you're going to pay more than you should. Google AdWords works. It's complicated. Look, it's not 2002, 2003, 2004 anymore, where there's no one else doing it. You have a ton of competition. And just recently, Google removed the right-hand side column. So the right-hand side column took away 7 ad spots. So now there's 3 or 4 at the top, and maybe there's 3 or 4 at the bottom. So guess what? The inventory has been shrunk. Your competition, you have to get in the top 3 or 4 spots. There's a way to do that. There's a way to do it effectively. There's a way to do it efficiently. And we'd love to talk with you about that if that's something you'd like to talk about. Take care.